Hey, what's going on, miners? Mining King here. Today we're going to be checking out the RX 6600 on Ironfish. So let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the RX 6600. This is to me essentially a refresh of the RX 580. It uses much less power, so it's much more efficient. It does have 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 at 120-bit bus, and it has a boost clock that's actually quite high, which is good for like core algorithms like Kapow and Radiant and some of these other core intensive algorithms, because it could boost up to almost 2500 megahertz on the boost clock. So very cool. I really love these cards. I bought 6 of these cards and put them on a riserless motherboard a little over a year ago, and I've literally had 0 issues with this rig. Never gives me issues, never gives me problems. Always up. Temperatures are always super cool. So let's go ahead and let's check out these overclocks that I have for Ironfish. All right, guys. So we're over here at my Hive OS. I was a dual mining in a previous video, and now I am just strictly just mining Ironfish because I like the lower power settings. And I'm using Team Red version 10.11. So we're getting roughly about 22 watts a card. We got a 20 watt here, 22, 124, and 123. Now, I am not using any of the SOC frequency. I'm not using the SOC frequency or the VDD max. If I tune these down more, I seem to get more instability with these, because as I've already tuned down the voltages extremely low, the memory voltage is usually around like 1200, so I've tuned this down really far. I've tuned down the memory controller voltage very low, as well as the core voltage. So I got them just at the stable point here. So we're looking at, and our temperatures are in the 30s to 40s, and I'm in Arizona, and these are in my garage, and it's roughly about 85-90 degrees outside right now at about like 9:30 in the morning. So it is getting a little warm out there, but as you can see, the fans are low percentage. We're getting roughly 4.4 gigahash on these cards, which gives us an efficiency. We take our 4.4 divided by 22 watts, we get an efficiency of 0.2. Now, I did have the cards hashing much higher at their peak at about 5.4 gigahash divided by, but it was at like at 35 to 37 watts, give or take. So our efficiency was much less. I was also mining at about 4.8 gigahash at about 30 watts, and we're only going to get a 0.16. So this is the most efficient setting for the RX 6600s. Let's get into what does it cost to run this rig. So if we add 15 watts to every card, and that's going to bring us about up to 90 watts. So it's 223 watts plus, we'll say 30 for the board and stuff. So we'll say 250 altogether, right? Give or take 250. So 250 watts divided by 1,000 kilowatt hours times 24 hours in a day. That's how many kilowatt hours that this rig is going to consume. And I'm at around roughly 11 cents per kilowatt hour. So this rig's costing me less than $1 to run every day. It's cost me about 66 cents a day times 30 days. And we're looking at about $19.80. So that's what it's going to cost me to run this rig for an entire month, right? So we're at KuCoin, and it's about, we're going to say, it was at $8 when I traded this morning. It was like, I think I traded like at $8.70. It's a little below $8. So we'll just say $8, give or take. But first, let's figure out how much iron I'm actually generating. So I have this one that's 27, and then I have these 4 NVIDIA GPUs that are like 31. So it's like a couple of gigahash difference, right? So let's go back to my Hero Miners Ironfish here. And I'm getting about 0.28 a day, and it's saying I'm going to get 8.4 iron a month. So let's do a calculator here. So we would get about 4.2 iron a month times $8, looking at $33. But it's costing us $19.80 to run this rig. 4.2 times 8 minus $19.80 is going to be a profit of $13.80. So we're looking pretty good as far as profitability. We're almost we're not quite at that 50% mark. We would need like a couple more bucks, so we're probably right around the 30 to 35 I'm going to say 35% profit margin, you know what I mean? Overall earnings is what you would take home. So that's not bad. That these cards right here, these 6600s, definitely get overlooked. They're not really sought after because they don't generate lots of hash rate, but these cards are super efficient and use so little power. So if you're in a country that has high energy cost and maybe you want to mine, and maybe you don't want to mine at a huge loss, right? If you're at the like over in Europe where it's like 40, 60, 80 cents, whatever, this could be a good little rig to have because it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to mine at this, right? As well as this could be good for people who live in apartments, people who don't have access to high volumes of power, right? Where you could put one of these in a room on a riserless motherboard and you wouldn't have to worry about tripping your breaker. I think these cards are great. We could check out some prices of the 6600s right now if you guys want to check it out. So we're over here at eBay, or no, eBay, Amazon. And this is the exact version I got. So it's looking like brand new, like $260 is about what you're paying, about $250. Here's another one for $255. So looks like the cheapest ones are the Power Color Fighters. They're going for about $220 brand new. So, and then you can get some used, obviously, or renewed for about $180. And that's about what they're going for on eBay on some of these cards. So I would say $180 to $250 is what you're going to spend on each GPU, which isn't bad. You know what I mean? These are really good cards, super efficient. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, these are my overclocks. I'm not using any of the SoCs on here. And let me know down below, do you guys have better efficient clocks than I got? Let me know, put them down below. I love to try out your guys' clocks. I love tuning AMD cards. They're super fun. You get to really dial these cards in by changing all these different voltages. So I think it's fun. It's fun to tinker around with to see how low can I get this card. All right, guys. This is the Mining King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.